If you are a parent of an autistic child or adult, you know that sometimes traveling by plane can cause them to feel really anxious and overwhelmed. And in turn, you feel uneasy too. Well, today I want to share with you some practical tips to make air traveling for you and your child a little easier. That is coming up. Hey guys, I'm Borde, and this channel is all about providing tips and strategies that will empower you as a parent so you can help your autistic child reach their full potential. But how do you do that if they're shouting, crying and having a huge meltdown in the middle of the airport or 30,000 feet in the air? What to do? Well, one of the first things to do in order to reduce your child's anxiety is to acclimatize them to the airport. So you can start by organizing a trip there ahead of time and let them experience the sounds, the crowds, and observe the entire process that will take place when they have to travel. It will be almost like a social story, but live, happening in real time. Also, when booking your flight, try to get aisle seats so your child can have more leg room to move around and doesn't feel so restricted. With my three kings, personal space is extremely important, and I'm sure for your child too. So when booking seats, please keep that in mind. Another important thing to do is to inform the airline and the airport ahead of time that you will be traveling with an autistic child or adult, and ask them what resources they have available. In some airports, they have sensory-friendly rooms or quiet rooms where your child can relax and self-regulate if he or she is feeling overwhelmed. Don't be afraid to contact your airline's disability assistance section if you would like to get more information or make a special request for your child. Now, before you get into the plane, make sure to pack things like noise-canceling headphones, favorite blanket, stuffed toys, and electronics to keep your child entertained during the flight. When our king number one was small, we also had to pack lots of snacks because he loved munching and watching his favorite movies in the plane, and he was able to be fairly entertained doing that, so there were no major issues. But what about if you take your time to explain everything to your child in detail, and when you reach the airport, bam, your flight is either cancelled or delayed, and we both know that the slightest change can cause a meltdown in our children. One of the things you can do is create a visual chart ahead of time with possible outcomes of what can happen that day so your child is ready. You can have columns and drawings with the word flight delay and flight cancel, and next to them the plan that needs to be followed. Maybe eating a nice meal at the airport, or if your flight is delayed, or going to spend the night in a nearby hotel if your flight was cancelled. Whatever it is, make sure your child knows ahead of time so it doesn't come as a surprise to them. I know you might be nervous for this trip, anxious about what might happen, and that's completely understandable and normal. But the most important thing you need to remember is that you're doing your very best. So take a deep breath, chin up, and continue pushing forward. You got this.